Welcome to the team. I am so thrilled you're here for your first day. But hey, before you dive right into your new role, you're tuned into a special training explainer from the Human Error News Network. We're going to break down our safety source material today. Look, as your manager, my absolute #1 job right now is to set you up for success and, ensure you make it home safe every single night. But to do that, I actually need to ask you something that might sound entirely backwards. It might even spike your anxiety just a little bit. What if I told you that the absolute best thing you could possibly do on your very first day here is almost cause a major disaster? Let's get right into section 1, the danger of almost. Why ignoring close calls is the real hazard. Look, we all have that shared dread of making a mistake, right? It is totally human nature to want to hide our slips and trips. But our source guidelines from Breathe HR require us to separate two very specific terms: accidents and near misses. An accident? Well, that's an unplanned event that results in actual harm or damage. A heavy box falls, it breaks a foot, ouch. A near miss, on the other hand, is potential harm that was narrowly avoided. So the box falls, you step back just in time, and phew, no one gets hurt. Basically, a near miss is literally an accident waiting to happen. And here is exactly why those narrow escapes matter so much. Research from Edelweiss highlights this honestly terrifying ratio hidden in our daily operations. For every 1,000 near misses that go unreported, you're inevitably going to get 30 cases of property damage, 10 minor injuries, and 1 major serious accident or fatality. 1 in 1,000. Those tiny, seemingly harmless blips you might be tempted to just brush off, they are literally the universe giving us a warning. Moving to section 2, why we need your mistakes. The monumental value of speaking up. Leadership cares deeply about this because the stakes are absolutely monumental. Seriously, we desperately need your mistakes. Take a look at this staggering number, $28.6 billion. A groundbreaking economic report by SafeWork Australia found that our economy would literally be $28.6 billion larger every single year if we simply eliminated work-related injuries and illnesses. To put that into perspective, this isn't just HR fluff. Safety is a massive macroeconomic priority that actually creates jobs and increases wages. And we know for a fact that managing near misses actually works. In a case study by the American Society of Safety Professionals, there was this manufacturing plant struggling with a super dysfunctional safety program. They totally revamped the whole shebang, making it super easy to report near misses without any fear of blame. The result? By empowering workers to report close calls, their injury rate dropped by an astonishing 75% in just 2 years. That's a real game changer. All right, section 3, spotting hazards in the wild. Can you see the danger before it strikes? Dangers hide in plain sight. We need you to actively spot them before they ever have the chance to strike. Take a look at the 2 scenarios here. Someone maintaining heavy equipment on the left and workers in a construction trench on the right. Just scan them for a second. Can you spot the close calls waiting to happen? Maybe an unclipped safety harness, a loose tool just resting on a ledge. Your new job is to actively hunt for these silent threats. Because when you find one, we want you to view it entirely differently than you probably have in the past. We use the ASSP definition here. A near miss is not a failure to be ashamed of. It is any opportunity to make things safer, healthier, or better. That is absolutely crucial. A near miss isn't a demerit on your record. It's a golden ticket to improve our workplace. Which brings us to section 4, reporting made quick and easy, frictionless safety tools. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. You're like, oh, great. I spotted a loose wire. Now I have to go fill out a 10-page HR form in triplicate while my actual work just piles up. Well, don't worry. We hate friction just as much as you do. Let's walk through the 4 completely frictionless actions of our near-miss cycle. 1. Identify the hazard. Be the hunter. 2. Own the responsibility, recognizing you have the power to prevent harm right in that moment. 3. Report it, digitally or on paper. And 4. Management will act immediately. So here is what you need to do next. Grab one of our highly visible yellow reporting forms located right at your workstation or next to the break room. Or, just pop open our digital tool right on your phone. We color-coded them yellow so they stand out from normal, boring paperwork. If you see something, grab a form right then and there. It literally takes seconds. Section 5, praise, progress, and peer power are just culture in action. Now, you might be wondering, will you get in trouble for pointing out a flaw?
Absolutely not. Under our just culture, you have complete psychological safety here. You will never be punished for bringing a hazard to our attention. In fact, the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality found that the most reliable organizations foster safety by validating their staff. When stories circulate about leaders praising workers for reporting mistakes rather than criticizing them, it builds this incredibly resilient, open culture where risks are actually reduced, not concealed. We are absolutely committed to that validation.
When you report a near miss, peer power takes over. We acknowledge you, we praise the fixers who actually solve it, we communicate the progress back to you, so your report doesn't just fall into some organizational black hole. And we act as a wingman, which is this really cool concept used by Centara hospitals. Basically, you watch my back, I watch yours. Everyone is mutually responsible for keeping each other safe. Section 6, the unending safety cycle. You are the final piece of the puzzle. Because honestly, the system just isn't complete without you. A reporting system is kind of like a delicate flower. It requires continuous nurturing. We need you to review the fixes we implement, give us brutally honest feedback on our reporting tools so we can improve them, help us nurture the system, and above all, stay vigilant. Your continuous frontline feedback is what keeps this entire engine running smoothly. As we wrap up this special explainer broadcast from the Human Error News Network, I really want you to step out onto the floor today with completely fresh eyes. Your mission is to go find your very first near miss today. Be the hunter. Because the reality is, the next hazard is already out there, waiting, hiding in plain sight. Are you going to be the one who stops it,